Hello, everyone, and welcome to CDT Sports. It was a wonderfully wild wildcard weekend, and now we're going to talk about the results and we're going to do our divisional round predictions. So, yeah, stick around. All right, so yeah, welcome to CDT Sports. I am the D of CDT Sports. My name is Dan,
And I am the C, Chris.
and today we are going to do the T. We're going to talk about sports. Yeah, we did our picks for the wildcard weekend last week, and unfortunately, we had some video concerns, so we are doing everything a little bit differently this time. Hopefully, we have no issues. Knock on wood. But anywho, just want to say real quick, we're both repping our boys, the Ravens, even though they lost. I got my old Flacco jersey on, and you got your Lamar jersey, and
Yep.
so yeah. Let me go ahead then, and I will pull up. Let's see here. Let me share the screen. There we go. Okay, cool. So yeah, here's our, let's move us over here. I'm gonna make us, there we go, a little bigger. Okay, so here's our divisional round. Just a recap of wildcard weekend. Okay, so the first game that was done was, it was San Francisco, Seattle, right?
Yes. I think this is from our what if the weirdness happened one. Yeah.
Oh, we need to go up a little bit then. One sec. There we go. Now here we go. Yeah, so it was San Francisco, Seattle. I watched the game. At halftime, Seattle was up by one, and I'm thinking, dang, this might actually be decently this might be a game. And then in the second half, San Francisco came back and they won. Let's just
Yeah.
say pretty handily.
Yeah, we went 6-0. We found that out. Every pick
Oh
was
yeah.
right.
Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, I forgot about that.
We just can't help guys that we're just this good.
We're just so good. But
You know
anywho.
what? You know what? You know what I think we start off with then? Just to go ahead and start with a curveball. Let's move those New York football giants
Well, are we doing the
Pats.
recap first though?
Oh, oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
we could do the recap first before
That's
we
what
do our
I was talking
predictions.
about San Francisco
Yep.
49ers and
Yep,
the
that's right. Yep.
so yeah, okay. So yeah, after that it was the Jags and the Chargers game, which
Yep, which was amazing.
the Chargers are now even more of a meme.
Yes, they
So,
are.
but
Um,
yeah, the thing is with that, so they were up 27-7, the Chargers were going into the half. And I just remember thinking to myself, it ain't over till it's over. Just wait.
yeah, it's exactly what I was thinking too. The entire time, I'm like, Jags got this. They'll come back.
I wasn't even necessarily thinking like the Jags would come back. I just think they would have, I was thinking they're going to score more touchdowns and it's not over till it's over. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So, yeah, the Jags came back and I think they won by a point. It was like what, 31-30 or something like that.
I think so.
And
Did
Chargers,
I say that
Chargers,
was going to be a 1 point game?
you might have.
Hmm.
So, yeah, if you did, kudos to you. But so yeah, the Jags won that, and then after that, I think those were the only two games I think on Saturday. On Sunday, it started with I believe the Dolphins.
Buffalo and yep,
Yep, which I didn't watch that game. We had some stuff going on, but I heard it was really. It felt like 4 or 5 hours because it was so
it was a good
boring.
game.
Really,
I liked it.
a lot of people I follow they are saying negative things like it was really boring. But
Oh, I mean it wasn't what they would want for the Bills. It wasn't like as high flying as everybody probably wanted it to be.
I gotcha. Yeah, I was gonna say the Bills. It was like a one score game. It was like a field goal, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Nice. Well, yeah. So the Bills won that. I wasn't surprised, but I guess everyone was surprised that because the Dolphins were on their third string. It was Skylar Thompson. They didn't expect
Yep.
them to be so close, but hey, it is what it is. So for this next weekend, we'll come back to this, but yeah, it might be a good game. And then after that was New York and the Vikings, the
Which
Giants and
was
the
a great
Vikings.
game.
Yeah, I caught the tail end of it, and I remember I was watching it and I'm like, oh hey, I think New York was up by a touchdown or something at that point, or they were catching up, and I'm like, they still got a quarter, they could pull through with this. And then at the very end of the game, I remember with it like 10 minutes left, I went to take a shower, and as I was getting out, I'm like, I told my wife, like, who's winning? I was like, oh, New York won. I'm like, oh, good. And I say good. I mean, I shouldn't like New York because I'm a Washington fan as well as a Baltimore fan, but at the same time, it's kind of like how I feel about the Bengals. They're the lesser of all evils. So,
It's fair.
but any other thoughts on that one besides, I mean, the Vikings were proven to be frauds.
Yeah, Vikings are proven to be who they are. Justin Jefferson is a great wide receiver. Um, they need to get a couple more things going over there.
Well, I don't think Kirk Cousins, I mean, everyone's like, oh, he doesn't do good if it's not a 1 o'clock game. I don't think he like necessarily it was well, okay, so they did have that last play at the last second. It was like 4th and 10 or something like that, 4th and 12, and he threw a check down or something. It's like,
Yeah,
really? So, but anywho, New York won that one. So yeah, and then after that it was Baltimore and the Bengals, which was depressing.
which I fell asleep before it was over, so I couldn't get upset, guys. I fell asleep when it was 10-9. And then I went back and watched the heartbreaking fumble at the end. So that was fun. Um,
My wife and I just spent like 10 minutes in disbelief after that happened.
yeah, but you know what? Bengals get proven that they're wrong eventually. So
I mean, again, if they were, I wanted us to win, obviously, but now I'm rooting for Bengals. Like, if you're gonna beat us, go win the whole thing. But and then, I mean, obviously, so we'll talk more about this in the next episode because some developments have happened with the Ravens. But yeah, they had J.K. Dobbins, and he was mad because at the 1 yard line, they were less than a yard away, and they did
yeah,
a QB sneak, and that's when the ball fumbled. So,
yeah, we looked it up, and he was at 4.8 yards per carry. Tyler Huntley was at 6, but it's 6 for the quarterback.
but I think
Um,
Dobbins had more runs though.
yeah, that's kind of the thing. Not by much. He only had like 12 or 13 runs. Um,
That's unfortunate.
but if they had stacked the box correctly, like where the Cincinnati was stacking the box at, if they were running a power draw or something like that, or even a fullback handoff would have been, I think, better than a QB sneak.
Well, and it was only like what second or it was second down, right?
It was either
Wasn't it?
second or third down. Yeah,
Yeah, it definitely wasn't first, and I don't think it was. I don't. It definitely wasn't fourth. So they had options, but
yeah,
whatever. Because I don't even know at that point. I think if they got the touchdown, they would have won. I don't, or not won, but like they would have been in the lead
yeah.
anyway. But okay, and then after that was I think that was the last game on Sunday night, and then
Yep.
on Monday night was the game that I didn't watch because I didn't care. It was Dallas beat Tampa, which I was expecting Tom Brady to pull some of his magic in the last quarter, but didn't happen. Did you watch any of
Yeah.
that? Because I didn't. I just literally I was playing
I
like a
didn't
video
watch
game
much of
and
that game. I had a feeling that it was going to be what it was. Tom Brady and that team was terrible coming into this, and Dallas showed that they didn't deserve to be in the playoffs.
yeah. Well, yeah, like literally I didn't watch the game. It's just every, like 20 minutes I would check and oh yeah, Dallas is in the lead. I'm not a fan of that, but at least Tom Brady's not winning another Super Bowl.
Correct.
So there is that. But anywho, so let's go ahead and do the divisional round. Chris, why don't you start us off? Let's talk about the first game this week, which I believe. Let me pull up the schedule here real quick. Schedule, because I feel like I'm talking too much. You tell me, what you think. All right, so the first game is tomorrow. It's Jags and
Jaguars,
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Yeah, you
I
talk
want the
first.
Jaguars to win. I don't think they will. I think the Chiefs will come out swinging. They got well rested over this last week. With that, Jacksonville has played a heck of a game. They did a great job this season. I think it's showing what they could be next season with the correct coaching. But I think this is going to be a lot closer than people think it's going to be. I look for this to be a 3 to 4 point game. I think we were thinking 31-34, 28-20, 28-34, like 27-34, like a touchdown maybe, but I'm
Oh, I
thinking
think
31-34.
it's definitely going to be at least a touchdown, if not a field goal, is going to decide that game.
Yeah,
I
I
could
think it's
see.
gonna be a really good game just because Doug Peterson's been here before, just like Andy Reid has, but Andy Reid does better against his, I think it's the word I'm looking for is his disciples,
I
his
was going to say
students.
Doug Peterson and Andy Reid. They both have won Super Bowls before. They're both
Yep.
former Eagles coaches. And,
Yep. Doug Peterson learned from Andy Reid.
yeah, and was Patrick Mahomes wasn't the first pick of the draft, right? He was like in the middle towards right. But now I know that Trevor
Yeah.
Lawrence was the first pick. Obviously, coaching has saved him because Urban Meyer is just a bad person. So, well, bad coach, I'll just say. But yeah, no, I agree with you. I think it'll come close, but I think that Kansas City is going to pull through with the win. I would like the Jags to win just because it's not that I hate the Chiefs. I'm just like, I want someone else who hasn't won a Super Bowl to actually win. You know what I mean?
That's how I am with it.
And the thing is, too, like some of their fans now they've had a taste of success. They're all annoying and they're becoming entitled.
Yep.
So it'd be nice if the Jags upset them. But and actually, I think I mentioned this before to you when we were doing something else. But notice how okay, it's kind of like they're doing like a whatever the thing like a slope. Like the year he was drafted, I think they made the AFC
Oh
championship
yeah.
game and they lost it. And then the next year they went to the Super Bowl and won. The year after that, they went to the Super Bowl and lost. And then last year they won, like they went to the AFC championship game and lost. So if
They
that
lose
trend
divisional.
continues, see if they lose the divisional. Who knows?
And
Because
then
the thing
next
is
year
with
the wild card.
The Chiefs, they're kind of, I don't know, when they're vulnerable and if the Jags attack them in the right ways, they could pull through.
I
But
agree.
I got to go with my brain here, but my heart says let's go Jacksonville. So, all right. So Bengals and Bills.
I think the
My
Bills are going to beat them pretty bad.
say I was gonna say like a week ago I would have told you, yeah, but thing is because the Dolphins game was so close, I'm just like I feel like the Bengals are gonna upset the Bills here. Because I mean, I don't know. The Bills when they're on a run, like when they're on a roll, they're on a roll. But when it comes to I mean, they just weren't doing that well last week.
Yeah, but they still won. And I think the Bills can beat the Bengals while throwing interceptions.
Okay. And I will say too, the Bengals are only as good as Joe Burrow is. I'll just say that.
Yeah. And well, I mean, the Ravens played them really well. And the run game did really good. But see, that's the issue. The Bills aren't going to run the ball that much unless they really run with
Who's the
Josh
Bills running
Allen.
back?
I think it's Devin Singletary.
Okay. And I know obviously Jamar Chase he was picked in the first round for a reason. He's a great wide receiver.
Yeah, I
Who's
still think the Bills are going to edge them out.
Yeah, okay. I'll give you that. Let's and I
I'll
mean
give you I'll give you this next one because I think I know where you're going with this next one.
I was gonna say, I mean, as a Ravens fan, I gotta go with the Bengals losing. So if again, but I don't hate the Bengals.
I won't be
That's
mad with any of these games, to be honest, any of these outcomes.
There's only one game that I'm gonna be upset about if it goes a certain way, and that's the one I'm gonna talk about right now. I'm not a Cowboys fan. I acknowledge the fact that they were really good in the 90s, and I think they won a couple Super Bowls in the 70s. But their fans, like, man, if they win this game and they go to the NFC Championship, I'm trying to decide what would be worse, or actually what would be better if they lost this weekend or if they made it to the Super Bowl and lost there, like an
Nope,
embarrassing
I don't want them in
fashion.
the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I don't want them there either. Trust me. I don't want them to get the chance, but
I know it's like three of the NFC East teams are on there for you.
well, and the thing is, Tampa Bay was not a good team this year.
No,
They're the team that preys on weak opponents, but when they play an actual opponent, like I'll tell you right now, if it comes down to it, I don't think it will, and knock on wood. But if we get like a Dallas Kansas City Super Bowl, oh Kansas City's blowing them out of the water.
it's gonna be a good game.
I say Kansas City, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, because Dallas ain't winning that one.
yeah. I think it'd be a good game. I think Dallas would be able to hold that defense or that hold that offense in check a little bit.
And obviously Brock Purdy versus Dak Prescott. Dak's the better quarterback. Got to be honest. Got to be real. Again, I don't hate the people
Yeah,
on the team. I just hate, you know what I mean. But I respect Dak Prescott, but when he also again, I mean, it's kind of the same thing as the Bengals. Like when he starts making mistakes, they all suffer.
yeah. That's kind of what I'm looking at. And Purdy hasn't shown me any mistakes.
Well, and the thing is too, like everything on that team is just so good.
Yeah,
Like
I think the 49ers are going to be over them.
that's what I'm thinking too, and I'm hoping that we are
I think it'll be
correct.
a good game. I
I
think a
mean,
lot of these are going to be good games, to be honest with you.
well, they played last year, and it came down to like a touchdown, I think. So I don't know if it's going to be. Do you think it'll be closer, or do you think it's going to be more of a blowout?
Closer. I think it'll be. I like that 31-34 score for this game as well because their offense and defense is the same as the Chiefs and the Jaguars, in my opinion. Depending on what Dallas team shows up, though, 49ers could blow them out.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, too. I don't think we have a score to the Bengals Bills, but I'm going to say Bills. I'll say it goes 17-24.
I like that. I was thinking 27-21. So yeah, that's pretty good.
Cool. Okay, so then Eagles and New York. I mean, so again, the logical choice would be that Eagles win, but the Giants have just, they haven't won a playoff game since they won the Super Bowl. They got a lot of heart, and Brian Dable is definitely, if he doesn't get Coach of the Year,
I'll be shocked.
yeah,
I think he's going to get a reason to get Coach of the Year when he beats the Eagles this week.
let's go, let's do it. That's
Let's
our
do it.
upset.
That's our upset. We got this.
All right,
Hey,
so
we're six
then
and 0, so I think we'll be okay. Be going 10 and
knock
0.
on wood, dude. So okay, do you want to take the AFC or the NFC Championship to talk about, and we'll do the other one? Like one of us will do one of the other.
Uh, I'll take the NFC and let you have the AFC.
Okay. Well, you tell me. So who and the NFC, New York and San Francisco. I know who I think would win in that if this goes the way that we are predicting. Who do you think?
49ers.
Yeah, we'll just go ahead and
49ers are a great squad. I think the Giants would be very happy to make the NFC Championship. I think they would be ecstatic. I think they might only score like 13 points though in the 49ers and get blown out.
it could be one of those things kind of like how last week where it was close at halftime for
Yeah.
them, or excuse me, it was close at halftime for like the Bengals and the Ravens, but if they play good smart football, they have a chance because Philly again, you cut their head off, they're a chicken running without its head. I mean,
Yeah.
I think Jalen Hurts, he's got that injured shoulder. I think he's back to form though, right?
That is
So,
correct.
obviously the defense has to come through. I think what is it Thibodeau is the wide receiver
Yep.
for if he gets more passes,
Oh
he's
wait,
worth it. And
Thibodeau. Thibodeau is
oh no, he's the
the
defensive guy.
he's defensive lineman.
What am I
Yeah.
thinking of? Who's the wide receiver I'm trying to think of for the
Clayton.
Giants? Oh gosh, hold on. No, I gotta do some look here.
You might be thinking Kadarius Tony, but he got
That
traded to the Chiefs.
he did? Okay.
Yep.
Hold on. Giants
You
wide
got Darius Slayton for
Kenny
the
Galladay.
Giants.
Okay.
Kenny Galladay, I think. Yeah.
I thought Kenny Galladay got traded. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, they have Isaiah Hodgins, Kenny Galladay. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I mean Galladay is okay, but
I
anywho,
think did they still have
again,
Slayton? Was I right on that?
Slayton. I see him on there.
Okay, cool.
So, but I thought, yeah, it's okay. So, okay. So then I think it comes down to smart coaching, and if the Eagles get cocky, they're gonna get their butts kicked.
Yeah, to get the Giants to get to the NFC Championship before. Yeah.
So,
So
but
who do you
yeah.
think is going to take this Chiefs Bills game?
Oh crap! You know what? I'm sorry. For some reason I was thinking we were doing Eagles in New York again, but yes, in this San Francisco would win over the
Yeah.
Giants. Sorry.
No, you're
Uh,
good.
all right, but Kansas City, Buffalo. Okay, I have to see the Bengals game, and if the Bills win against the Bengals, depending on how they play, I have to see how I'm gonna have to make my own choice that way. But based on the fact that they lost in heartbreaking fashion last year, and the fact that they've had a season for the ages. You know what I mean? Like with Damar Hamlin. I
Yeah.
mean Van Jefferson right now. What's the guy? Von Miller. Sorry, he's out with with ACL something like that.
Yep.
So it's not gonna be the easiest thing. Who's their number one like runner anyway? Besides, I mean, because like I feel like Josh Allen runs more than anyone.
I think he does as well. I think that is true.
But that being said, I'm giving the slight edge out of this to the Bills.
Yep, I agree with that.
Okay. I think, yeah. I mean, again, Kansas City, I respect the heck out of them, but in this scenario, I feel like it's just almost too perfect for the Bills
I
to.
agree. It's like a dream season type deal thing.
Well, and I feel like people who already watched our wildcard picks know that we already have picked the Super Bowl, but we're basically, our opinions change. Things
Yep.
change. So, and obviously, depending on who wins. But anyway, so yeah, out of these two, who do you think's winning? Because my train of thought is San Francisco is a better team,
San
but
Francisco
the
has the better
Bills,
defense.
yeah, the Bills have the better quarterback out of him and Brock Purdy.
They do, but the Bills haven't been to the Super Bowl before, and I think that would show.
The Bills have been, they went 4 years in a row
No, no,
and they
no, no, no,
lost.
no. I mean recently.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Because
don't know.
Von Miller would be their playoff presence, and he's out.
I feel like
49ers have
both.
been there before. I think the defense of the 49ers would help pull away at the end for the against the Bills, but I think the Bills could take an early lead.
I think it's going to be a game for the ages if it comes down to this.
Oh
I
yeah.
know we're not the only people who are predicting this, but yeah, it'll be a game for the ages. And it's really just, I feel like the overall better team right now. And I know we picked, I think, remembering back to last week, I think we picked the Bills to win.
Yeah.
I feel like out of this right now, San Francisco would win.
I think it's just out of what we saw out of them so
Yeah.
far. Yeah, I
So
agree.
yeah, the winner of Super Bowl 57, I am going to say, is going to be San Francisco.
Let's go. There you go, 49ers fans.
And where's that little crown? Hold on.
It's a Chris and Dan talk sports guarantee.
Yeah, watch us be. Oh wait, what was it under? Was elements? There we go. Crown. There we
There
go.
we go. There's the crown. That's what you want.
I mean that's.
Look at that. Look at that snazzy thing on top of his head.
Let's see, try to rotate a little bit. Yeah, I'm giving it to the. I mean, again, like San Francisco, they have been. I don't know if they before we beat them in 2013.
Yep.
Have they been to the Super Bowl since they won? I don't think so.
Oh, since
Since the last time they won, which was
lost?
the 90, I think in 95, it was the 94 season. They played the Chargers and they won.
They've been twice since then. They played against the
Yeah.
Ravens and they
So
played against the
47
Chiefs.
and 54. Yep. Okay. So yeah, I feel like San Francisco will be like hungry for their sixth win.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So there's that. And then I think we did a thing too, and I'll let you know if we need to cut it short. But I think so let's go ahead and just basically do we want to stick with these or do we want to reset it?
Yeah. For it being crazy.
All
Yeah.
right, we're gonna do our crazy prediction. So let's just say we're wrong about everything. So let's just say
This
the Chiefs lose to the Jags and the Bills lose to the Bengals. Let's just say out of the Jags and the Bengals, I feel like the Bengals would do it.
Kitty Championship. Yep.
Yep. AFC Kitty Championship. Anyway. And then let's just again, if we're wrong about the Giants, then Philly and Dallas, if they win, they go to the NFC Championship, which a lot of people are, they don't think it's a completely impossible scenario. Let's just say Dallas goes. And it's Dallas versus the Bengals. Bengals.
Yep.
Yeah. As a Ravens fan and a Washington fan, I should hate this, but at the same time, I dislike that Cowboys fans more than any other fan base, I think. So even Steelers, I'm just like, yeah, you're annoying and I have to hate you, but I'd rather hang out with a Steelers fan than a Dallas fan personally.
Likewise.
So like I don't know if you've watched Clickbait recently but yeah, that one person on there, I'm not gonna name names, who's a Dallas fan. I'm sure he's a nice person in real life, but man, they do not
Oh my
stop.
goodness. He's awesome.
They do not stop. Anyway, so that's our crazy predictions where we think the Bengals would upset the Cowboys, which again, kind of what I said earlier, I don't know, would it be worse for the Cowboys not even getting to the Super Bowl or getting there and losing?
What if they get there and it's the Dallas Cowboys versus the Jaguars?
Oof. Oof. That's going to be a close game.
Yeah.
See, I feel like with the Bills, excuse me, not the Bills, the Bengals and the Cowboys, the Bengals
Are the better team.
yeah, and they would want revenge for last year.
Yeah.
So honestly, and I'm not trying to say this because I'm biased, because I am, but if the Cowboys get to the Super Bowl, I feel like if it's the Chiefs, Bills, or the Bengals, they're getting blown out. I feel like the only one that would be kind of close would be the Jags.
I think they could beat the Bills, and I think they could beat the Chiefs, based off of the way that they play. I don't think they could beat the Bengals because of the defense.
Okay. You
That's
good.
but I think it'd be a close game. Like I think the Chiefs would win 80% of the time and the Bills would win 80% of the time. but the Cowboys could beat them. A couple
Okay.
scenarios I could think of.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's our that is our predictions. That's our crazy predictions, but our actual prediction for the Super Bowl is, let me go ahead and just move us over here. We're gonna say that San Fran, they they're gonna win this.
And we will be back next week with our, what would it
We're,
be? AFC and NFC championship
predictions.
predictions.
Yeah, and
And
we're gonna do an
the,
episode next week about what's going on with the Ravens
yep,
because yeah, so this will be out tomorrow. We're recording this on Friday. It'll be out tomorrow around noon. And then yeah, we're gonna record another episode and that's gonna go out on Monday. So yeah. Many thanks for all of our followers out there. Chris, if you want to
yep.
end
And
this,
I will see you guys in the next one. And peace.
drop a like, drop a subscribe, hit that bell, get the notifications, and yeah, feel free to join the CDT. What are we going to call it? Just the community.
Crew,
Yeah,
the
the CD.
cast, the community.
All right. Even if you're a Dallas fan, it's okay. So, all right. Well, we'll see y'all later.
See you guys.